Hello viewers, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, a deadly game with frontline vehicles in eastern Ukraine ended in death and destruction on, or shortly before Saturday, but only for the losing side. When a Russian army BTR-82 with an infantry platoon on the roof managed to cross no man's land between the Russian and Ukrainian lines and rush into a Ukrainian-occupied settlement west or southwest of the Avdiivka ruins. A M- Bradley tracked an infantry fighting vehicle from the 47th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Army, which rushed to meet it. With the Ukrainian drone watching from above, the two vehicles zoomed toward each other along the same asphalt road, with the BTR-8 to firing its 30mm auto cannon and the M to firing with its own 25mm automatic cannon. At the last moment, the BTR swerved to the right to avoid a collision. The two vehicles passed within a meter of each other, each firing its own cannon. It's not something you ever thought you'd see in real life, noted the Estonian analyst under the pseudonym War Translated. There were clear winners and losers in this deadly game. The M2 and its three-man crew escaped apparently unharmed. The BTR-8 rolled away damaged and smoking. Dead and wounded infantry poured out of the fuselage. The 47th Mechanized Brigade described the context in a message on Telegram. A group of Russian rifle brigades and regiments are trying to advance from Donetsk and Avdiivka to Pokrovsk, 40 kilometers to the west. Here the enemy is trying to penetrate deep into our territory, explained the 47th Mechanized Brigade. This APC that you see in the video broke into a settlement, the brigade continued. Bradley's crew had to respond here and now. The result was predictable. Around the ruins of the eastern town of Avdiivka, one of the most violent sectors of Ukraine's 700-mile front line, the Ukrainians are deploying heavier, more modern vehicles, including the 34-ton M2S with their rapid and high-precision shots. Bushmaster automatic cannons, while the Russians use older, less modern vehicles, including 13-ton Mount LB tank tractors and 15-ton BTRs. When Ukrainian and Russian vehicles encounter each other in similar numbers, the Russians are usually beaten badly. In May, the Russians lost almost 300 infantry fighting vehicles, analyst Andrew Perpetua confirmed. The Ukrainians lost around 40, according to Oryx analysts. To be fair, the Russians can afford bigger losses, since the Muscovites have huge personnel reserves. They quickly compensate for senseless losses and send them into battle again and again, explained the 47th Mechanized Brigade. The 2,000-strong Ukrainian brigade estimates it is dealing with a Russian force 3 times larger. But it is worth noting that Russian losses are 7 to 8 times higher than Ukrainian ones, in other words, disproportionately high for the Russians. Drone videos of the battlefield between Avdiivka and Pokrovsk appear to confirm this asymmetric casualty ratio. Some Russian attack groups are now equipped with golf carts and even motorcycles. It goes without saying that these weak civilian vehicles behave even worse in a direct collision with an M2 than with an MTLB or BTR.